everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of this week's episode of youtube.com/ImprovGaming. I am one of the hosts, the biggest Zelda fan in the world, Jeremy Bird, coming at you, that's a double thumbs up, once again. Fuck, I ruined it, hold on. Coming at you once again, there we go, fucking distract me, Pete.
God, should I take over the episodes again? God.
Shut the fuck up, Pete. Remember when you did that. But I'm joined by the two coolest guys in gaming. First, to my far right, he only has the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
Oh.
Mr. Nicholas
A lot of girls today.
A lot of fabulous today.
Yeah. Oh, what's up with that?
What do you mean, what's up with that?
Usually it's a little bit more like sourpuss.
No, it's always fabulous.
It's always fabulous?
It's always fabulous. Even when you think it's not fabulous,
it's mediocre.
It's fabulously mediocre.
It's fabulously mediocre.
Oh, it always is. And in the center, we have Mr. Fedora Man himself, the host with the most, Pete Anderson.
What's up, guys?
I remember when you first started wearing that hat, and we went to ShopRite, and the woman at the register was like, "Oh wow, that's a really nice hat," and I was like, "Don't tell him that. He's gonna get a big head." She's like, "But it is lovely." Stop.
I remember that Starbucks girl. I was talking to her, and I was like, I can't say anything. Nick's gonna throw me under the bus. And then, like, this girl just was like, I really like your sweatshirt. I was like, I really like your eyes. I'm just gonna say something. And then that awkward pause. I'm like, I can't say anything more. And then she's like,
she just walked over.
She's like, okay, I'm gonna go make your drink now. I was like, you saw that, Nick? What the fuck are you talking about? Son of a bitch!
What are you talking? I was ordering my drink. What do I care about what you're doing right now?
You Frappuccino losers.
Just think, that was 1 year ago.
Oh God.
That was
before.
A week ago. That was before.
This week.
Before Improv Gaming had its 1 year anniversary.
But here's my question for you guys this week. How would you feel if you knew I didn't know what an independent property was at first?
Intellectual property?
How do you like them apples? Sorry.
Intellectual property?
Whatever the fuck you call it. Yeah, we start up this channel, and then you're like, yeah, IP. I'm like, what the fuck is an IP?
Look, this is how I feel about it, alright? When we had our first meeting for the show, and Pete blasted IP like 6 times, I was like, what the fuck does he mean by IP?
Thank you!
I was like, what the...
Okay, I'm not the only fucking idiot.
What the fuck does IP mean? And then I started watching more stuff on video games, and I started doing a little more research, and I was like, oh, of course, it's intellectual property. I get it. Alright, so for those of you that don't know, when people say IP, it means intellectual property. Although you guys probably knew that more than we did when we first started this show.
Yeah, because
you're smart motherfuckers.
I had no fucking clue. I was like, what? You're like, this new IP. I'm like, doesn't you mean a new game, a new character, a new...
No. Yep. IP is just intellectual property.
Go back and watch our older episodes and wait till the first time I say IP. That's when actually what it is.
Yep. I had no idea.
No. I was like, what the fuck is an IP?
You could see that on episode 7.
I have no
Sure,
fucking clue.
maybe 8, 9, 10. Just
no, I think it was episode 4 because he said IP and I was like, wait, Jeremy knows what IP is.
There it is.
I'm just remembering that conversation when I'm explaining it. I'm trying to imagine your faces being like, what the fuck does he mean?
Now you can go back and watch the old episodes just to be us all dumbfounded, like, what?
The fuck is IP mean? Like you say it, and I can see myself right now going, like you say IP, and I'm like, fuck him with this IP.
Thank God it was the other one in the dark. I would have been super pissed.
And you guys leave, I'm like, that really went well. I knew exactly what I was talking about.
I knew exactly what I was talking about.
I was worried.
Yeah, I'll stroke your ego a little bit, sweetheart. You're welcome. But if you didn't know, this is the greatest games cast in all the Mushroom Kingdom, Albion, and every past, present, and future incarnation of the pseudo-shitty Assassin's Creed series, because Nick kind of likes Syndicate.
Oh, no, I haven't played it yet.
Okay,
the verdict is still out.
Still shitty, then. But
So shitty then.
we are 3 friends who talk about video games every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
That was a reach.
I know. Brass ring reach.
Reach around.
Okay. We also honor you with Let's Plays. You're disgusting. We also honor you with Let's Plays every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we also bring you the biggest games in news via the 1UP News. I probably screwed that up horribly. And via myself and Pete. We also have our new show. What
you missed.
The big things you might have missed.
1UP News presents What You Missed this week.
What you missed.
Title's still negotiable.
I kind of like that.
It's negotiable.
Yep. But also,
I even said that I was like, you guys have, and true, if you guys have any suggestion, leave comments, email us at improvgamers@gmail.com. If you want a better show name, so.
I just think it should be called One Up News, since it's giving you the news. And that's kind of what One Up News is.
do we remember One Up News was actually a segment on this show?
Yes, I do remember that One Up
missed that.
News was a segment.
Oh my god.
But it should.
That's before we reformatted everything.
I think it should just be called One Up News. That's personally what I think.
Well, you're personally wrong.
No, I'm personally right. Since you're giving the news.
You know, sir, can you interrupt me?
Sir.
It's gonna be a new thing. Just like the woo woo.
I don't understand why my interrupting is different than your interrupting.
But also, we stop interrupting me. I have a very important thing to say. But we honor you with special Let's Plays from time to time. If that sounds good to you, share our beautiful faces, because we do have beautiful faces and beautiful voices, with your friends.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna lick my hand. I found something wet and I go, whoa!
That was just
Watch that on the
sweat.
video. Oh, yeah. I don't know, it felt moist. Like very moist, and it wasn't sweat. It was like, I don't know.
And now, on to the topic at hand, reboots and remastered editions.
Let me tell you about why Ratchet & Clank Reboot is the best thing
No
for the
one cares.
franchise.
You know what people do care about? The fact that Naughty Dog finally changed their logo to fucking Crash Bandicoot.
What does that have to do with reboots and remasters?
I don't know, it's just trying to...
It's going to be a reboot of the series.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Thank you!
That has everything to do with
Sit down my throat, motherfucker!
You're right.
That was the best time.
That is not how we do this!
All the sayings are coming back in this week's anniversary.
Finally, I got him back!
All the old sayings are coming back for the anniversary week.
That is not how we do this.
Wow. So that has everything to do with reboots and remasters. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel now? Feel like a dum-dum.
I feel like Pete and Jeremy every week.
Oh, you fucking asshole. What I was trying to say was, no one cares about Ratchet & Clank. They care about Crash motherfucking Bandicoot. That's why.
Okay, number one, we're not going to see a Crash Bandicoot for a little bit. If Naughty Dog's smart, and what I think Sony said to them is, make Last of Us 2. So I could see a smaller team working on Crash Bandicoot. I don't think it's... I could see it maybe in development, but I don't
You don't need a Last of Us 2. I don't want to see another Last of Us.
Yeah, but you know what? Who's there?
Yeah, but Crash could do the same thing for them.
Yeah, true.
If they rebooted it the right way, Crash could do the same thing.
Do you think Crash could be into the top level with Naughty Dog
if they
now
do it the
because
right
of
way?
Uncharted?
Well, here's the thing, right? Their whole storytelling schematic has changed, right? Crash Bandicoot is not the same kind of thing as Uncharted or Last of Us.
It's a simple story.
It's a very simple story. But if they wanted to make it the same thing, they probably could.
Yep.
And if it could be very compelling, while maintaining that childlike wonderment, I think that they could really get something on their hands.
They get the Togums and they go, hooga, hooga.
Well, I don't know if they have to go that far out.
I would say if you really want to make me happy with a Crash Bandicoot reboot, get Clancy Brown to play Dr. Neo Cortex, excuse me. Because that's, if you don't know who that is, he's the guy who did Lex Luthor's voice in the Batman Superman cartoons back in the 90s.
Okay.
You know his face if you saw him. He's been in Starship Troopers and a bunch of other things. He's played a couple of villains on TV shows. You know the voice if you heard it. But get him back on.
I think I know who you're talking about. The Rat Check from Starship Troopers.
Yes.
Right? Rat Check's Roughnecks.
No, that's that's someone else. I'm talking about Clancy Brown was the drill instructor who caught the brain.
Oh,
that's Clancy Brown.
That's Clancy. Okay.
Zed.
Zed.
That's Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
So thank you. At least someone knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's it, soldier. Give me 20 laps.
Yep.
Sergeant, keep pace. I fucking love Starship Troopers.
So do I. Not the second and third. But
No, this is the first one. I
still gotta
fucking
see
loved
it.
it. I fucking loved it. It's not a great movie, but it's fucking like I just loved it.
Yeah.
It's really not a good movie, but
Come
I
on, you
fucking
apes! You
loved
want to live forever?
Yeah. Come on, you apes! You want to live forever?
There you go.
They're kind of young this year. They're getting younger every year.
Yep.
So I was nice. You guys talked about Crash Bandicoot. So now I'm going to talk about Ratchet & Clank.
No.
Please do. Well,
Go ahead.
The movie's coming out, so the game is
And
actually
it's gonna get
the
shit
game is
on
coming
by
out first,
Warcraft.
and then the movie.
Yes. It's a reboot. It's from the original Ratchet & Clank. Added a couple features, added new maps. It looks gorgeous. Looks like a Pixar movie. I mean, you can't say that it's not a gorgeous game for...
For what we saw today, I agree. It looks good.
I mean, I hope for the best. I really do. Ratchet's been very dear to me, and I enjoyed A Crack in Time. is the last good one, and then they had Into the Nexus, which was my last game I ever played on PS3 to this day, and it was a $30 one. It was a quick little 4 or 5 hours. I enjoyed it. I'm ready to go back into Ratchet and Clank, see the beauty, see the new stuff, see some old classics come back. It's only $40, which I don't think is too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I hope that it helps with the movie. I hope the movie helps the game. I hope they both conjive together.
What weapons have to come back to make that game for you?
I mean...
Only one for me.
What's the game and one for you?
The Glove of Doom. Only because you throw out that egg and the little robots go at enemies and just you hear that little laugh and kaboom, enemies die.
I would like the Rhino.
Rip ya a new one.
And the gravity bomb's gonna be there. You know, the classics are gonna be there, and I hope they bring in some of the modern ones, but with a nice like little twist, like the Groovatron.
Yeah.
Have like something similar to it, not exactly the Groovatron.
What was the chicken gun?
Where
it turned the enemies into chickens.
Well, there was the Sheepinator.
Not the Sheepinator. Remember there was one from the first game, which I can't think of what it was called.
Probably I just like the they all.
But just
all different
names.
That
was just one of my favorite weapons.
Yeah, the weapons in Ratchet and Clank are great, so imaginary and so. And it's just so great. The rocket launcher.
Well, I hope they bring that kind of creativity to this one. Because if they don't, if they're just relying on the old creativity of the franchise, then I don't think that game is really going to do well.
I would say bring a couple of the old weapons back and then bring a bunch of new ones. Sorry, continue.
That's what I think.
Did you interrupt me?
Yeah, I did. I have a very important point to make.
I think that they're going to have some, definitely the classics, the gravity bomb, you know, the combustor, all the
gravity bomb were good.
all the classics, and then you're going to have some new stuff from them. Like, similar with the game, there's the familiar from the first one, but there's also going to be some new attractions to keep them. I really do. You know, a lot of people are saying Ratchet and Clanker's dead. You know, they've worn out their welcome. I hope this kind of revigorates them, but I also would like to see Insomniac do Sunset Overdrive 2. I would like to see another Resistance, you know? Like, I know Ratchet and Clank's coming, but I hope that they don't stand on their laurels, you know? Because I feel like they're like, oh, we need to make Ratchet and Clank relevant again. We need to have Resistance relevant again. We need Sunset Over. You know, try something completely different, you know? Go, like the thing they did with GameStop, how they're partnering up with GameStop. I just hope that this reboot is top-notch.
Well, it seems like the big tradition right now is to reboot all these old franchises. Yep. You know, you've got Tomb Raider that rebooted and it did well. You've got
Doom coming out.
You've got Doom that's coming out.
So excited for Doom.
So
right. You've got Ratchet and Clank. It seems like you're probably gonna get a Crash Bandicoot.
Would say so.
I would like to see Vector. Is it Vector Man? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking. Like Vector. I'm like Vector.
Vector Man or an Earthworm Jim.
Ooh.
Not that I'll ever see those.
Yeah.
You never know.
But that'd be fucking awesome to relive those.
You haven't heard about Vector Man in like 20 years. But
yeah.
I still play both on a Genesis, so.
I would love to see either one of those come back. Sticking to their roots again, like you know what made Earthworm Jim so fucking phenomenal.
Whatever happened to Earthworm Jim when they did 2?
He died. He died once 64 came out. Because
I forgot
he was always on the Sega, right?
He was on the Sega. 64 came out, or I should say.
I forgot they put the 64
bits came out, and they started. They gave the franchise to a new developer, and the new developer completely burnt it up.
Yeah, like Earthworm Jim 64. Did it ever come out, or was it just?
Yeah, no, it came out. It came out, and it was an absolutely terrible game.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
And then the only thing that but the thing that pseudo revived him was they put him in Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
Yeah.
That was the last big thing you've heard from Earthworm Jim. He makes cameos here.
It would have been great if he was in PlayStation All-Stars. The best fighting game of all time.
Put him in Smash Brothers.
That would have been worse. That would be actually awesome. Put him in Smash. If Nintendo could get Smash, if they can get Earthworm Jim for Smash,
they have the rights to Earthworm Jim. So.
Do they really?
Yeah, because he was on the 64 last. He hasn't done anything since then.
I don't know if they have the rights to him because it was a third party.
They can use it.
It was a third party, but yeah, if they could get him, that would be fucking awesome.
But Vector Man, fuck yeah.
I just remember that Nintendo was the runner-up.
Yes.
Yep.
I do remember that Nintendo was the runner-up. But that is not how we do this.
That is not how we do this.
Did you interrupt me?
Never. We also have remasters as the other side.
Yeah, the other side is the
remasters can be a two-sided coin. They can either be really good or they can fuck up.
I feel like they're overdone. Because you had Last of Us that came out on the PlayStation 3.
And then
like a year later you got it remastered
but
on PlayStation 4.
That's a good point though, because look at it this way. 360 dominated last year in the consoles. Between the Wii, 360 and the PS3. It dominated.
360 dominated last year.
Yeah. Not last year, in that
last console cycle.
Thank you. I was like, last year. I was like,
is that what I said?
No, you said last year.
Oh. Last console cycle.
How'd you get that confused?
That's what I was thinking.
Console cycle is far longer than
I'm
year.
Like, wait a minute.
Isn't that what I said? No, you said year.
But so when Last of Us came out at the tail end of the PlayStation 3, not a lot of people had it, or it was just picking up steam. So for the PlayStation 4 to come running and everybody going towards it because of Xbox One's fucking terrible first initial introduction to the Xbox One, and having it remastered, having the DLC Left Behind, which is a fantastic DLC that follows Ellie, and just redefined and all this stuff, and just looks more top notch. It's good for the players who didn't experience Last of Us.
Wait,
same thing with
which one was Left Behind?
With Ellie and the friend.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't play that.
But that was a great story and everything like that. So that's good because it gave players the time to experience Last of Us. Same thing with the Uncharted series, coming out with the collection, remastering that to make it 1080 friggin' 60 frames per second.
See,
adding on to that.
I don't appreciate it. I really don't. If you're gonna release a game, you're gonna release it on a console, and that's it. I mean, you can't release it a year later on a different console.
Yeah, it's just,
it has been
that's
getting
cash grab.
It has been getting overwhelming, but certain titles I think can get away,
because that's the gray area where like now every title can do it. If one title can do it, then any title can do it. So like I just think it should be black and white. You came out on the PS3, that was a great PS3 experience. Done, finished, move on. It was your mistake for coming out on the PS3 when everybody was going to the PS4. That's the mistake that you made. So now you have to do something else.
I can actually agree with you on that, because what we said with Nintendo, well, I don't think we said this yet, but how the new, on the Nintendo Direct, youtube.com/ImprovGamers, check it out, the Nintendo eShop announced that they're updating it and releasing classic Super Nintendo games in their regular form. I'm like, guys, you did this over and over again. Like, we're getting a couple of titles that you haven't had before. We're getting F-Zero finally, but
it's the same thing with Super Mario World.
Yeah, no, like,
how many Super Mario Worlds you really?
Here's the thing. I recently bought Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Yes, I'll get around to that Let's Play. I promise, eventually. And they're like, oh yeah, now we're gonna put it on the Nintendo eShop. I'm like, I just bought the game like 2 months ago. What are you fucking re-releasing it for?
Here's what's going on. When it comes to remasters, because reboots I understand entirely, right?
Yes,
reboots I get. All right, let's bring Ratchet and Clank, even Ratchet and Clank, Crash, or whoever. Let's bring them to the new generation. Let's give them some new dynamic. Let's give them some
new audience.
A new audience. Let's polish them up. Let's make them look better than they ever were on these new consoles, where we can do fun and interesting stuff with them with the new technologies. I get that, but remasters I don't get, and re-releases I don't get, because it feels like the industry is telling the community, this is what you're showing us that you want, and we're giving it to you, because mobile gaming is so simple right now, and that seems to be the biggest profitable thing. So we're going to give you all these simple titles and tell you what you want. And give you this and distract you from the fact that these big AAA titles are not as invigorating as they used to be.
That's a very good point.
So that's what it feels like to me. It's like, oh, Second Son came out and it was supposed to blow my fucking top off. But as you both know, there's a very huge plot point that they never fucking touch on that pisses me off about Second Son. And it's just, what's the word I want to say? It's
disappointing.
Disgruntled.
No, insulting.
There you go.
To think that as a gamer, I'm going to be interested in very simple mechanics from back in the SNES days.
Yeah.
I want an invigorating experience today, in today's universe, on today's consoles. That's why VR is coming out. So you're going to try to sell me Street Fighter 2 on VR, that's not gonna happen. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I
like,
get what you're
like,
saying, yeah.
I'm not trying to confuse anybody,
Now,
but
first
like,
I'm just like,
it just feels like they would try to sit like that would be Nintendo's next move. Would be like, oh, now you have VR, now play it from the perspective of Ken on Street Fighter 2. Why would I ever want to do that?
For me,
I would never be able to see my opponent because he's flat.
I agree with you on that.
To be paid.
I just feel certain remaster games have been done well.
I agree.
You can fight me on this one, Pete. Even though you weren't a fan of Majora's Mask, if you look at it from the 2000 version to the 2015 version, it looks fucking
absolutely.
Beautiful.
And I was able to play it. I never played the GameCube version. Or the N64, I apologize.
N64.
I never played the N64 version, and to be able to get it on the 3DS and have something portable, where I think I brought it down to Vegas. Was that my Vegas game? Yeah. Last year I ended up playing it at Vegas, and I enjoy. I don't hate on the 3DS Majora's Mask.
You just hate the hype.
I just hate how much everybody says it's a great game when I'm like, I like Twilight, I like Ocarina, I like Wind Waker so much better, you know? Link Between Worlds, Link to the Past.
Oh, Link Between Worlds is fucking amazing.
Oh, so much fun.
That's a reboot right there. Well, we'll get to that later. But what I was gonna say, Twilight Princess looks fucking beautiful. I know, like,
and it's remastered, yeah.
It's like a one console generation, but it looks better.
Yep.
Than Twilight Princess, and you don't have the
nunchucks. Yeah.
I'm gonna fight everybody who says it. I would have really, if I could do anything, I would have rather gotten the GameCube version because trying to play that with the fucking Wiimote thing was a pain in the ass.
And Link's a lefty, and they made him right.
Yeah, I put the game in, watch my unboxing, which is on youtube.com/ImprovGaming. Best news, Nintendo did the one thing which made me more happy than anything else. I put any new game into my system and it takes 20, 30, 40 minutes to load up the game. I put Twilight Princess in, it loaded up like that.
Yep.
And literally, you watch my reaction to that video, I'm just like, alright, it says loading, and then all of a sudden it just shows the Nintendo logo, and I'm just like, holy shit, no load times?
Nice.
Love it. There's one other game I was going to talk about. Here's an example of a bad HD remake. Sly Cooper 3. Has anyone played the HD remaster?
No. The fact that we don't even know that Sly Cooper 3 had a remake.
Well, it's 1, 2, and 3 had the remake.
Yeah,
right?
they packaged it all three together. The first two look good. The third part does one of my ultimate sins of gaming. With the cutscenes, the black bars come across and they're like this perfectly, but they didn't scale it right to where, I kid you not, say that, hold your hands up, Pete. Just like, hold them up like this. Say that that's the top and the black bar, and that's the end of the screen, the tip of his finger. There's all this empty space between them. They scaled them wrong. So you're looking at it, it looks like you're looking at a fucking H the whole time.
Nice.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, guys!
Nice.
I'm like, nice fucking board. How did you fuck that up? I'm playing it, I'm like, how the hell did you got the two first right? How did you fuck that up?
And then you go to Blue Point Games, the ones who
and the
always
game,
do the
and it's
remasters.
glitchy too. I've never had a game that had sound cut out. I'm playing one level and all of a sudden the sound quit on me. I'm like,
nice.
no sound, no sound effects, no music. I had to restart the whole game. I'm like, not the whole game, but like turn it on.
Yeah,
I'm like, guys, come on, Sony, you had this.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of remasters. Like I said, I can understand reboots.
For me, it depends on the game.
I can never get behind a remaster.
I
Like, mind you, I loved Last of Us, and I thought it was an absolutely beautiful game. And when they talked about like, oh, we've got a remaster for the PlayStation 4, I was like, oh wow, that's gonna be absolutely beautiful. But I'm not spending a fucking penny on it at all because I just bought it.
Experience.
I had the experience. Number one.
For other people that didn't.
Yeah, I can understand.
That's where I'm coming from.
That concept, but still at the same time, like as a business decision, if you made the wrong business decision, you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, technology is getting to the point where like now you can like kind of fix your business decision in the middle of making it.
But I bring up the Uncharted collection one more time, just to say, PlayStation 3, the console, didn't do as well as the 360. So now to have this collection of HD remasters for 1, 2, and 3, I know you guys don't like Uncharted.
No, I would like.
But for somebody who didn't play them, there's 3 wonderful games on one disc that cost you $60, and you have an amazing time with all 3 games.
But at the same time, like I can understand the business decision behind that because you're hyping up for Thieves' End. Like I get the business decision for that, but or the marketing decision for that I should say is that it's not really about these games getting remastered. It's more about the fact that we wanna push a Thieves' End to get to as many people as possible. And the best way to do that is probably give them the entire story on one console.
Yep.
But I kind of can get behind Pete on that only because here's my thoughts. Okay, it is the build up for the fourth and quote unquote final game, but think about it. Huh?
It's not the fun.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna be the final for Nathan Drake. It's not gonna be.
Did
the
you just
first.
interrupt me? Did you interrupt me as well?
Well, I don't understand what the difference is between you interrupting me and me interrupting you.
No, but anyway, so to me, think about it. You said all 3 games on one disc. Or
Yep, one disc.
That's $20 a game. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I would consider playing it. $20 a game because, like you said, the console was fucking $600 when it came out. I was not willing to pay that money to play those games. Now it's like $20, and I have the system. Let's do this.
Perfect example. A Crushmore.
I love how you froze up like that.
Crushmore. Mount Crushmore.
Mount Crushmore. Okay.
Had an Xbox 360.
Okay.
Loved the Xbox 360.
Okay.
Was talking to me about getting
Ow.
a PlayStation 4 versus an Xbox One. He goes, a lot of my boys are on Xbox One, but he goes, I'm thinking about doing a PS4. I just like how it looks. I'm excited for a lot of these games. So get the PS4. He ended up, his girlfriend got him the PS4, the Uncharted bundle. He played the Uncharted games. He's like, I've heard great things about it. I want to explore. He is so now stoked for Uncharted 4. He goes, these were great masterclass games. He goes, I'm happy that I was able to play it now instead of missing out.
Because to my point, like that's more of a marketing strategy than it is.
Yeah, but I'm
else.
just saying, at least it made him say, okay, this is a great reason why I went with the PS4. But I digress. You can also check out that Let's Play with me and Mount Crushmore on Tuesday.
Not push me, but you're the reason I got the PlayStation 4. Just because seeing you playing the game and playing on it, I was like, I have to get this console.
Yeah. I haven't touched my Xbox One ever since I played Alien Isolation on it.
Don't let your fiance know.
Yeah, don't let your fiance know.
She knows.
Oh, she has?
Yeah, she knows.
But Quantum Break's on me. Oh.
She's like, she goes one morning, right? She goes, have you been playing your Xbox One? And I go, yeah, of course. And she goes, you know how I know you're lying? And I was like, I'm not lying. And she goes, there's one thing that you do whenever you play video games.
Rest mode.
Huh?
Rest mode?
No. She goes, there's one thing that you do whenever you play video games. And I go, no, you see, I play the PlayStation 4 after I play the Xbox One, so I always get up and put the controller back and then grab the PlayStation 4 controller. And she's like, how the fuck did you know that that's what I was talking about?
You should just one day just have the Xbox controller just sitting there.
I should just like pick it up and just leave it there.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
I'm telling you, Quantum Break's going to look great.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for.
Oh,
I'm still looking forward to Matterfall whenever that comes out.
Great games are coming.
Oh.
And for all that.
But we do have one more topic to cover on Friday, which is, we talked about it on Monday a little bit, which was ports.
Ports.
Oh, I'm going to
Not
bitch
port
about
side
this.
on the plane.
I'm going to bitch about this fucking subject. But as you guys, you can check us out, youtube.com/ImprovGaming. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Always hit the notification button so you get all the new content when it comes out. You also like us on Facebook, which is Improv Gaming, space between the 2 words. We have all of our links up there, so now you have 1, 2, 3 click.
Actually, we don't even need to do all that jazz anymore, because all the links are in the description below.
I like it. I guess then we'll see you on Friday then, guys.
And as always,
Game on.